No saben el pedo que me metí para llegar aquí, pero aquí estoy. They told me to keep this short and sweet. I don't know how hard. I mean, it's going to be really hard for me because, I mean, my videos are usually an hour and a half. So let's see how this goes. But hi, my name's Cristal. Cristal con I Latina because I'm Mexican. So I really don't have anything prepared, and I didn't bring any slides because I like the attention to be on me. Oh well. So, okay. I literally just got back from San Miguel de Allende. Like, literally 2 buses and 3 taxi cabs to get back from Mexico. So I guess my speech can be a little bit about, you gotta do what you gotta do, girl, to like make it happen. So ever since I was really, really young, I've done whatever I need to do to get things done, and when I want something, I make it happen. So I guess my inspiration has always been my mom. My mom raised me as a single parent since I was 8 when my dad passed away. So she had like the best work ethic, and she would come home with burns on her arms because she was a cafeteria lady, right? So since I was little, I was like, okay, as soon as I can get a job, I'm gonna get a job. Why is this so low? I feel so short. I mean, I feel tall. Didn't this come up or no? I'll just take the microphone. Since I was 8 when my dad passed away, and she didn't know any English, she didn't know how to drive. She was from Guanajuato, where I was just at. Oh my God, it's like the most beautiful place in the world. If you haven't visited Guanajuato, you'll have to go. Hashtag not sponsored. So ever since I would see my mom get home with burns on her arms, I always said, as soon as I can get a job, I'm gonna get my mom out of work. So I worked my butt off in school. I started taking dual enrollment classes when I was 16, and I also started working at Glamour Shots. So I was going to high school, I had a full-time job, and I was going to college at the same time. Because I wanted to get my mom out of a job, right? I wanted her to stop working, and I wanted to take care of everything. So I graduated college at 19. Worst mistake of my life. I thought it was gonna be the best thing to happen to me. Graduated at 19, oh my God, I'm gonna be working, making money, and I did. But it's so hard for people to take you seriously when you're a teenager working a high corporate job. I became marketing director here in the Valley, and everyone who I would tell, like, okay, I need you to do this, they would look at me like, you're 12, why are you telling me what to do? So it was really, 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 really hard to make people trust you, not trust you, to make people respect you. But you don't get respect, you earn respect. And how do you earn respect? By working your butt off and proving everyone that you deserve their respect. So I became marketing director. How did I become marketing director? Because I worked my butt off. I was the first one in the office, and I was the last one to leave. I would work till midnight sometimes. I would take homework with me. So I worked my butt off to become marketing director at 20. But that wasn't enough for me. I got my mom out of a job. She didn't work anymore when I was 20. I got the marketing position, and I was like, Mom, you don't gotta work no more. So she doesn't work anymore. Because you gotta do what you gotta do. That meant me having a full-time job, going to college, and going to high school at the same time. Girl, I'm gonna do it. So, and I did it. And when I became marketing director, I was marketing director for 3 years. I was actually marketing director for 7. But at the 3-year point, I was like, is this what I want to do for the rest of my life? Is this really what I want to do for the rest of my life? I'm 23 years old, and is this it? I don't know if y'all have gotten there yet, but every day I'm like, how can I be better? What can I do to be better? And I found out about an MBA program that they had here at the university that didn't make me come to the university because I was working in Harlingen, and it was just going to be impossible for me to come all the way to university. But I had to find a way to get my master's degree because I wanted a master's degree. And I found one. I did the accelerated program MBA here at UTRGV, and I got my master's at 24, actually no, 25. I just graduated this December with my master's degree in business. And when I graduated with my master's degree in business, I was like, I don't have to be a marketing director anymore because traditional media is, which is basically already dead. Who watches TV? Like not Netflix, but like who turns on the TV and goes to a channel? Really? That's cool. You know, I actually cut my cable 3 years ago. I have a TV in my room, but I only turn it on to like watch Netflix. Everything else is like static. But anyways, when I realized that I was a communication major and I got into the traditional media business and it was dying, I was like, okay, how am I gonna make myself valuable for the future? How am I, oh my God, there's 9 minutes left. How am I gonna make myself valuable for the future? So social media is like the new thing, right? Like everyone's on social media. If you don't have, who has a Facebook? Who has an Instagram? Who has any type of social media? Okay, more people than watches TV, right? So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna become a nerd at social media. And the way I learn is by doing. So I have to do something and that's how I'm gonna learn. I don't know, there's a lot of different learners, but that's the way I learn. So what I did was I started doing Facebook Live videos. And this was just for me to learn how social media worked, okay? It wasn't to become this personality that I have become, gracias a Dios, por todas mis primas. But it wasn't for that. It was actually for me to learn how social media worked and how I could for a business or etc. But it turned into something amazing that has changed my life forever. Social media is so powerful. I try to use my social media videos not just to teach makeup tutorials, but to embrace our cultures, to push all of my primas to do better, to be bigger, to have huge dreams and aspirations. That's what it's not perspiration, because that's that. Aspirations in life. So I'm very grateful for social media and for my platform, which I have used to push girls to go to college. When I was doing my MBA, I was working a full-time job, I was getting my master's, and I was still doing my social media videos. So you can do anything, anything. There is enough hours in the day for you to do anything you want, but you just have to have that goal and that vision in mind of where you want to be. So I knew that I just didn't want to be a social media person. I don't want to be that girl who does makeup videos. Oh yeah, have you seen that girl that does makeup videos on Facebook? I don't want to be that girl. I didn't want to. So when I got my master's degree, I had all the basic fundamentals to start my own business. So I did it. I quit my 7-year amazing job that everyone's like, why would you do that? But for something bigger. And people are not going to understand. If you have a vision and you have a dream, people are not going to understand that dream or that vision. Only you are going to understand it, and that's okay. Even my mom was like, oh my God, you're going to quit? Why? And I'm like, it's okay. It's going to be okay. I know what I'm doing up here, and if you know what you're doing, if you have that clear vision, but I want you all to visualize whatever your dream is. Visualize it in detail. Like, I'm gonna have an office, it's gonna look like this, this, and that. There's gonna be this on the desk, the pencil's gonna be here, the pens are gonna be there. So everything has to be in detail, and I promise you, it will happen. So I quit my job, and I started my own cosmetic line called Cristal Cosmetics. My first product launched on January 23rd, and we sold out in 3 minutes. It was a huge success that I did not expect whatsoever. I was like, how did this happen? Like, even I didn't believe it. Like, I knew it could happen, you know, up here. But when it happened, I was like, ¿qué pedo? ¿Cómo pasó eso? But I'm telling you, anything that you want to do, you can make it happen. I have continued my business, and every single time I launch a product, it sells out. We are growing and growing and growing, and it's just amazing. So sometimes taking that leap of faith is so difficult, but you kind of have to do it. It's gonna be for, you might not see it then, because I didn't. I cried for 2 weeks straight when I quit. When I put my 2 weeks notice, I cried. I was like, what am I gonna do with my life? Oh my God, what did I do? What did I do? What did I do? But it's always gonna be for the better if you have that vision. So after my launch, I got sick. I was diagnosed with ovarian cancer literally 3 days after my launch. Literally. I was diagnosed with ovarian cancer on January 27th. Oh, that's 5 days. I don't know how to do math. On January 27th, I was diagnosed with ovarian cancer, and I had a surgery on February 5th. They cut me open, una rajadota aquí. Por eso todavía no me hinchada. That's my excuse. And they took out a huge tumor that had ruptured inside me, which had been growing for 9 months. Literally, it was the size of a baby. Fortunately, it was benign, and I did not have cancer. But I just feel like God gives the biggest battles to the strongest warriors, right? So when I was diagnosed, I was like, you know what? I don't have cancer. There's absolutely no way I have cancer, and if I do, it's fine. Tengo pies, tengo manos, tengo lengua, tengo boca para hablar. I'm still fine. I can fight. So when a month later, or 3 weeks later, that we actually get the pathology report that it was benign, I knew I could use my platform for good. So when I was in getting my master's program, I was using my platform to promote education and push my followers to go to school and do better for themselves. So when I got the diagnosis, I decided to use my platform for good again and promote women's health education, I guess you could say. Growing up in a Mexican family, it's kind of taboo to talk about that. You're going to the doctor and getting yourself checked. So I said, you know what? I need to tell my story. And I told my story online, and hopefully, people actually understood it and went to the doctor and got checked. And after that, I said, I can do so much more with this. So I started an organization. It's called Por Mis Benditos Ovarios. I know, it's cute, right? And what my organization does is it promotes women's health and also helps with, if you don't have insurance, we pay for you to go to the doctor and for you to go get checked, because it's extremely, extremely important. So when I say that social media has changed my life, it truly, truly has. And I hope that you all use your social media for good as well, because I'm just a little girl from Las Milpas, okay? Literally, I'm a girl from Las Milpas. So if you all want to do what I'm doing, turn on that camera, because I get this question asked all the time. How did you start? I literally put my phone, I was in the restroom when I started doing my videos. In my restroom, I put a shampoo bottle and then a Nivea cream on top of the shampoo bottle, and I sat my phone on top of it. That was my tripod, okay, bien rancho style. I pressed go live, and that's how I started doing my videos. If you want to start, if you want to do something, you just go for it and do it. Take that leap, because trust me, it will be worth it.